Real 96.3, the Wick's new #1 for hip hop and R&B. Your boy Calico holding it down on iHeartRadio. Tonight we going up at Lanes and Games, and I'm telling you, I'm excited. We got a music mogul, we got a fashion guru, we got a film guru, Dame Dash in the building. How you doing? Man, nothing. I'm in here bothering him while he's getting freshed up, but I got to catch the man on the go while he's doing his thing. Dame, like the biggest thing that I want to start off with is people in this area are looking for what you have, what you created, what they've seen you and people you knew growing up with, family members. How do you bring that and capture that? Now, he got to get it tight. Now, how are you going to bring that same energy to the Wick and just kind of pour into the people in this rural area who don't really have those opportunities going in the entertainment or fashion industry or film?
Well, my thing is I respect the art, so I'm gonna bring. I brought the artists that I've been working with as of recently. They all play different instruments. I'm all about a live show and then giving people a platform to showcase their talent as well, and then give them the blueprint on how to do it on their own. So all I could do is show them how I did it and how I do it my way. I don't know if my way makes everyone happy, but it makes me happy. Being free is priceless. So if you can do things on your own, then you never need anybody. And that's what I try to teach people, independence. And also what real wealth is.
What I really wanted to also reiterate was I was thinking with you coming, I'm like, hey, Dame Dash is known for music, he's known for fashion, he's known for movies. I don't even know anybody who's done it like that on each level in those industries. Like, which is your favorite industry? Is it music, film, or fashion?
I like them all. Right now, because I have a television network, American New, I'm liking the films because I could put all the fashion in the films, all the music in the films, and then also showcase a good story, a live performance, and different visuals of us culturally, not just as us getting beat by another culture or us beating each other, us winning doing things other than entertainment, other kinds of ways to get money. Just the visuals that they usually don't put in front of us. What I don't think people understand is most of these networks that are supposed to be black-owned are not. So BET's not black-owned, and Bounce not black-owned, and Revolt's not black-owned, and Aspire's not black-owned. They're all black-faced. So that means the people that are funding the networks are the ones that control the visuals that we see.
Right.
Especially from our culture. So if somebody that's not from our culture is actually controlling what our culture sees and the money we spend on what our culture sees, that's probably the reason why we don't get those visuals that we need, or we can't get anybody elected, or we can't, convey a message all day.
Well, the thing about people starting their vision, their dream, and doing what they do without anybody controlling it. I always look at what's going on, and I always feel like, is it the consumer's fault, or is it like the people who are making the creators' fault? Because it seems like they gravitate to those big companies more than when you're just doing it by yourself.
Well, we all have freedom of choice.
Right.
But there's a program that makes us believe that we need them to make our stuff work. Culturally, we have to give a piece of our culture to another culture to sell it back to our own. So the only way to make muscle think it's weak is to just brainwash them into believing that they're not smart.
I like that. Yeah.
And that's the reason why a lot of time, Paul's brain controls muscle, but we got both, So we don't do things in a way where we got to be sneaky or we have any bad intent. Or we only do things like, have power so other people don't. But when people are scared of you, they have to figure out how to control you.
Oh, wow.
And they have figured out how to control us until now. I'm not a part of that program, and I believe in my culture and my own brains, and I don't believe I need any other culture to make myself great or validation from any other culture.
Well, I already feel like you uncontrollable, just like with your resume and what you've done. One of the things I heard in one of the recent interviews we were doing, you were talking about making more money doing fashion than you were doing music.
Way more money.
I can imagine it because I was buying Rocawear clothes like crazy, but at the same time, I just can't see it. Like the music seemed like it was the foundation of everything. How did you get fashion to outdo music?
In every music video, we would wear the clothes. We were making the clothes.
Right.
So I just figured out a way, if I'm going to be wearing, if I'm going to be fresh and I can make the clothes, why would I buy it from somebody else?
True.
Also, why would I, buy it from another culture? So it's just understanding the block is clicking. And when your block is clicking, you can sell any drug you want as long as the work is good. So while my block is clicking, I'm going to sell everything. I'm going to sell clothes. I'm going to sell music. I'm going to sell movies. And another thing is we're also programmed to only believe that we can make products. Black people can only make products for black people. So that means we're all hustling on the same block.
Right.
Trying to appeal to the same people.
Wow.
And we alienate the whole other world. So they got it where we only try to get money with each other. As opposed to, so like if you notice, it's very rare that you'll see a black man with white employees.
True.
Or like only a black man can only run the black division. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that there is a black division at all is racist to me. Like there's a black music business division. There's no white music business division. There's no A&R white music.
Right.
So the music is a lot of flash, no cash. And a lot of people don't even understand the business model. It costs too much money at a corporate level to make a profit. So you can make $100 million, but if you just spent 99, you only made $1 million.
Right.
Everybody else is getting paid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing is you don't have so much control, especially in the days of streaming. So the only way you really make money is with your show. But do you think they usually teach the average young hip hop artist how to have a good show?
Nah, not at all.
Kids are performing over a track with their vocal in it, as if they're doing karaoke, but they don't know no better. Nobody's teaching them. So that's another thing I'm doing with the artists that I have with me is I'm teaching them how to book their own shows and how to have a good show and how to go and make their own merch and how to sell merch and not only do it in their hometown. Everybody that's here with me, they're all from different parts of the world or parts of town. You got Detroit, you got Florida, you got Charleston, you got New York. So it's another thing is, collectively and learning how to collab and stick together with people in different markets. So my thing is I try to find generals that have armies in different markets so we could all fight, click up, for the same war.
I like that. And talking about the artists that you're bringing down here for the event tonight and just what you've been doing in different cities, I want to know, since we got so many artists following, what is a star? Like, what makes a star to Dame Dash? Like, how do you pick when you're talking about stage presence or the way a guy dress or the way her lady's music sound? Like, how do you pick?
It's all of it. It's the attention that person commands on their own, but a lot of it is also work ethic. So I meet a lot of talented people, but they just be shy. Or they don't want to go to the front of the stage.
Right.
Or they don't know how to put together a show. Or they don't like to promote their own shit consistently. So, being an artist, a professional artist, is a lot more than just being good at music. It's being good at promoting and looking at yourself as a brand and figuring out how to monetize all the verticals. You understand what I mean? So
right.
But if an artist is talented but lazy, or talented but imbalanced, or talented but way too insecure, or none of that really works out. You know what I'm saying?
Man, they got to have it together and really have that same drive, especially with following somebody like with your type of drive. Do you ever work with people and kind of get, frustrated with them because they're not running like you're running or doing as much as you are?
Yeah, all the time, but that's usually temporary for that person. So, I'll give you a chance to hustle with me, but, I'm 53. If you 21, 24, 30, and you ain't keeping up or even like out hustling me, then, you can't even come to the table, really.
That's real.
And as it relates to music, I'm not in the music the same way. Like, I'm more of a participant. I'm a player coach. I got my own albums out. I'm in a rock group with Freeway and the Black Guns and got a project out right now. And, my thing is I'm trying to buy television networks, and I'm a founder of a television worker, a chairman, But again, I'm a conglomerate, stimulating every vertical. So having your own television network and then making the music for the television network, actually shooting the movies and directing everything for the television network, making the clothes that everybody's wearing for the television network. I'm trying to make the liquor, the weed, everything you see. I'd rather be buying it so it's not a commercial for anybody but me.
Right.
And then also the language, like people don't understand, especially if you're getting your money digitally, you get paid through CPMs. And that means clicks per 1,000. And what happens is, a YouTube will collect the money. They might get $33 per CPM and only give you 3, and you don't have no idea what they made.
Right.
And you don't get no benefit of the data. And that's what people sell. It's a big commodity. So it's a new world out there, and you have to know how to hustle in the new world, how people are making money off of you, because if you don't know how much they're making, then they're going to knock you dead until you find out, or until it's too late. So it's important for us to visualize what the future looks like. So when I think about a business and people, I'm like, yo, what does it look like in 10 years? It takes me a couple of years to get shit going. So if I'm hustling and doing things that are working last year, the last 10 years, and now, it's a good chance it's not going to work in the future because it's old. And things are rapidly changing. There's flying cars and AI and space travel. There's Web3. There's so many new ways. So you have to be on point, and that's what I look at when I see an artist. Are they seeing the future? Do they know how to exploit all verticals? All those things.
Well, it seems like you're always ahead of the game. I know everybody always talks about The Rock and Rockefeller Records and the music there, but I remember a time period that you were working with independent artists like Currency and doing certain things with those guys, shooting videos, working here and here. Like, I could almost say you just about made the new independent artists a model with that structure. What made you want to say, I'm going to jump into the independent game right after, doing the major thing?
Because I'm a boss.
I like that. I like that one, yeah.
Like, I'm not going to go and be in a situation where artists that aren't talented, like the artists that kind of make it in the major way are ones that, don't mind looking the other way. They're very tolerant, and I'm not.
Right.
And I believe in talent. So I've made records physically, have albums with Currency, Mos Def, Jay Electronica, Wiz Khalifa, Crit, Styley, Talib Kweli, you don't even know. Like I can give you, there's so many different people that I've actually worked with that people don't even really know. Albums that I even haven't put out. The Black Keys, RZA. I got albums with everybody, man. I made records with everybody. Anyone that I was inspired by, I made records with them. But I didn't do it for money. I did it for art. I make money doing other things. You know what I mean?
And that's a big part of the whole Dame Dash thing. I'm doing stuff because it's cool. I'm doing stuff because it's fun, but at the same time, it's business. I do want to switch gears. We was talking about artists, but I got to ask you, man, Paid in Full is one of my favorite movies. And like I say, I don't think anybody's done fashion, music, and film on your level. How did you get the movie to feel like it was like really your homeboys from New York vibing? Like, you guys got all the snaps in there, the funny little stuff. I know even the scene where they got Mitch coming home and the dude at the store coming, the way he stepped out to him, I'm like, man, everything was so detailed. Like, how did you make it feel like it was really the vibe, like we were really watching the story?
Well, I was there.
Straight up.
So, Richard was hitting my crew with work. When he got, when that unfortunate thing happened, I just didn't tell my part of the story, but I was there. I saw it. You know what I mean? So there would be no excuses.
Right.
If I'm there to have it be non-authentic.
Right.
So I was able to get Rich's real crew in there.
Wow.
And those are real motherfuckers from Harlem.
So they really, it was a real deal.
Yeah, those are real cats. And again, I wouldn't have been able to walk back in Harlem if I had to do it.
Right.
That story is very close. It affected Harlem and the trajectory of Harlem for years after.
Right.
So, the reason why I haven't done the part 2 is because I'm not putting that work of mine on someone else's block.
Right,
so I had to have my own network to put it out on. So now that I have my own network, I'm at like 60,000 downloads. When I get to 100,
awesome.
Then I start to shoot. So I've been preparing Paid in Full. It's gonna be a TV series.
Oh wow!
And part 2 or whatever you want to call it. But and I'll be able to do it right my way. Like, remember, I made that movie with the Weinsteins.
Right.
So I had to fight to get that movie done. To get it out. you know.
And it's hard, and you know, just in being in the creative process with companies and corporations, like the way you made it look so authentic, it looked like everything you wanted to do, you did it. So you saying you basically didn't do all of it?
I fought for all that.
Okay.
So, you know, I had to lean on the Weinsteins for that.
Yeah.
They tried to put out some bullshit. So it was a struggle, which is the reason why, Paid in Full was the reason why I started making movies on my own. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you like go to American New, my network, you'll see Honor Up.
Right.
That's another movie. I made that one without a script.
Wow.
Off my memory, and that one's more about my life and you know, my crew.
Right.
People I grew up with on 142nd Street, which is an extension of Paid in Full. That's another series that's coming out. And then I got the Prince of Detroit. You know, I got a bunch of franchises, state properties coming back.
Oh wow,
I'm bringing all my franchises back. I had them on ice because other cultures were getting the money.
Right.
I was in the street fighting over Paid in Full.
Wow.
You know, and taking the blame for all the things that someone from another culture was doing wrong by the movie.
Right.
It can't happen again. That movie is. I made the least amount of money from that movie than all the movies I ever made.
And that's so it's really a cult classic. It's really what they would call a cult classic.
It's a classic, but it's just the deal, you know.
Right.
It was my first movie.
Right.
So I didn't really get to own it. I didn't have the control. I had to like what happens when someone else puts up the money. You got to like scare them into believing that you could tell them what to do.
Oh.
So that would be the reason why I'd be yelling, because it was like I really had no wins. It wasn't my money.
Yeah.
So like if it was me and somebody yelling at me, man, go put your own money.
Yeah.
You know, get up out of here.
Right.
So, but you know, that was just me bluffing a lot. But I had to I had to do a lot of that. And Paid in Full, I was prepared to spend my own money after the first cut.
Oh wow.
So I was like, we need some reshoots, and they were acting funny, and I was like, I'll put it up, but y'all giving me that movie back.
Right.
And then they didn't want to put the movie out at all. So I had to run up on Harvey Weinstein in Cannes and in Paris.
Hey, and you know,
a lot went on that people don't know about.
No, but you know that's that what we don't see, the behind the scenes, you pushing forward, you pushing the culture forward. Like as far as me growing up, like you one of the first people that I paid attention to that wasn't rapping in a music video. Like I'm into film, all this stuff. So I really paid attention to certain things. And so just seeing how you move, for you still to be here, still out here helping people and still doing fly stuff, we just really appreciate you coming to the Wick and really laying down roots here for the people here. Is there anything that you could tell like the young people in Brunswick, in the Wick, and really encourage them, like how you made a change in your life, or what really propelled you to take that next step and try something different?
Well, for me, you know, I'm really an artist, and what I had to do was figure out, and what I advise everyone to do. Got the blade on me. Hold on.
And getting them right.
If you have to find your love language, so you have to make money doing things that you would do for free.
Wow.
And because it's something you love, you should do it so much and so well that you're better than everyone else at it, and you should get paid for it. So if you like video games and you really love it, ain't nothing wrong with that if you can monetize it. And people have learned how.
Right.
So that's the trick. And, you know, also, if someone else pays for your dream, it's no longer your dream.
Right. It's theirs.
The dream is not to give your freedom away. So what I would say is this. Ask anyone that's been to jail how much they would pay to get out.
Right. Anything.
Whatever's in the bank.
Right.
You'd rather be broke than not have. So then why would you give away your freedom? You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's the only thing you got. That's just yours.
But the thing is, you know, people think physical is the only freedom, but it's more mental. You know, the bars are the ones that are around us that are making us think that we're weak, and we're not. The things that make us worry about things that don't even matter. You know, that's a distraction.
Yeah, and it's navigating through those things, like those distractions and those hardships that come. I mean, you're so resilient. Like I just seen you do so many things that I'm looking for the next thing. That's really what I'm looking for, the next thing. And we're just excited about having you in the city. I really appreciate you taking the time up with H&H and Real 96.3, and we just want to have a good time and let all the talent come out and network. Like I said, this man is a music mogul, film mogul, fashion guru, all of it in one. Make sure y'all come out and show some love and support. Anything you want to tell the people in the Wick?
You know, I'll be there. So I'm here, and my thing is, I don't just show up and not come back. It's my second time, and
Right.
that's like a month or two.
Right.
So when I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. And the reason why is because I want people to treat me that way. So number one, life is not meant to be easy.
Right.
There's not one person, white, black, or whatever, on this planet, rich or poor, that I know that's been through life without any problems.
That's true. Right.
Every single person I know has problems every single day. So I guess that's what we're meant to be. We're meant to be tested. Life is school. So you can't get mad at the test. You just have to embrace them, look for them, and pass them.
Man, wise words right there, man. We got more game tonight with Dame. Make sure you come on out. New Jessup Highway, 341 Lanes and Gaines. Respect the Art Tour. We going up tonight. I appreciate you so much, Dame Dash. Really appreciate you. It's an honor.
And if you don't make it, we'll be broadcasting it. Because I'm going to broadcast from the phone. I didn't bring the camera, but I could broadcast. So I'll probably broadcast to go to America New. Type in America.
Right.
Type it NU, 2 words. It's free. I made it free. So I don't want to buy.
So we could just get right on it.
Check it out. You'll see the kids. The last time we were up here, Rocky came up here and read to the schools and
right. And I didn't even get a chance about the STEAM and literacy and everything you're putting out in the community.
Oh yeah, now the thing is to get those reading scores up.
Right.
But every child that can't read by the time they're 3, they build a jail cell for it. That's the metrics.
Wow.
And if you see what they're doing to these kids in jail, it's like the recidivism rate is like 99%.
Right.
They drug them up. They make sure they can't read. They give them no therapy. And then they put them back in the same places they had problems. The only way they could get the drugs that they're giving them is to go back to jail, so it's not so bad to them. So it's important for me to stop and us to stop complaining about the way we're educated and stop trusting our oppressor to educate us.
Powerful.
For us to take matters into our own hand, write our own books, make our own music, make our own TV. We got to make our own and stop complaining about what everyone makes for us. And that's what I'm thinking. I'm not complaining about nothing. I'm going to just fix things.
Man, wise words. Dame Dash, Real 96.3, iHeartRadio, H&H. Make sure y'all come on out tonight. I'm going to get some more game. We got some more game all day here in the Wick. Make sure y'all tap in. I really appreciate you, Dame.
All right, holla. Appreciate y'all.
All right, for sure.